Hello, hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. It is Sarah Wednesday. She will be here shortly. And I am here with you literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We've got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me, to us. Thank you. All right. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. So you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works for you. All right. Hello. I had the kettle going, and it's all ready to pour, but I ran out of time. So here we are. Okay. And here's the thing. I've got to get the cards. There she is. How you doing?
Hello, my dears.
It's Sarah Wednesday. Yay!
Woohoo! It has been a hectic morning, but we are here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I have to get the cards out from underneath the cat's foot. He's sleeping on his side.
This is important work. Yes.
He's sleeping on his side, and hang on, where is it? Yeah, this is pretty much my life in a nutshell. There's color organization, budget minders. There's my bullet journal life thing. Here are the supplements I take every day. These are 2 tarot decks, and there's a blankie, and there's one little paw just resting.
No.
Just resting on the cards. That's pretty much my life. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. While you're doing that, I will be...
Oh, I'm sorry. I was apologizing to...
Oh, no, you're good. Give me
you're great.
1 second.
Yeah, do your thing. Okay. I'm tiptoeing through. So, all right. All right, the news, I don't know, is it good that the news isn't earth-shattering today so that we can just talk about fun stuff, so we can just talk to each other? Oh, the air quality. Sandra Lee, I'm glad it's cooler in North Carolina. I am so glad. In Chicago, don't go outside. It is dangerous. It is so bad. I took some trash out this morning. My sinuses were burning. They hurt so much just to breathe, and it's hot. But the air quality from the wildfires in Canada is appallingly bad. So, yeah, be careful. Please be careful. If neither man nor beast should be outside in Chicago today. Seriously. So just please keep yourself safe. So, okay.
Okay, sorry about that. Alrighty. Whew.
Okay, I misread that. Tammy said, Lewis, I heard he was yelling about him paying for everything. No one was grateful. Don't know if that's true. Just something I read. For a second there, I thought you were saying Lewis was yelling about people being ungrateful. And I was like, Lewis, oh, what? No, but it's okay. All right. Oh, Goral is saying, Charlie Kirk said, we need more people in jail so housing will be cheaper. Go get stuffed.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yucka-do.
All right, let's make this perfectly clear. Perfectly clear. A huge percentage of the housing problems and the pricing problems and the fact that people can't buy houses or even live on their own is 90% of that is income inequality, because it isn't just the middle class gets stretched and they're more, no. It's that as the super rich get richer and richer and richer, they literally run out of things to buy. So they hire people to go out and invest their money, to go do something with their money, because of course they need more.
Right.
And so they buy up real estate, and they invest in companies that buy up real estate and rent. And the average person gets just pushed out of the whole situation. If we did not have the income inequality we have right now, things would be more affordable. And as far as, you can't tax the rich, they'll leave the country. Good. Bye.
Hello.
You're not paying taxes anyway. Bye. Oh, they're the job creators. You know what? There are a lot of solopreneurs, a lot of small business owners. There are a lot of people out there who could innovate, who could bring ideas to fruition. So, yeah, bye. Just a thought. Just throwing that out there.
A little bit. Well, speaking of thoughts, here's an incorrect one. Cosmic Goat Lady brought this to my attention this morning, and I'm so glad that she did at 6 minutes, 20 seconds. Okay, so conservative, keep that word in mind, conservative legal scholar Jack Goldsmith, he was part of W's administration, right? He's highly respected.
It's the air quality is so bad. I'm right on top of my air filter, and it's still so bad. I need my tea, or I'm going to cough.
Can you hear me?
Okay, but I can hear. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So, Jack Goldsmith, he is a highly respected legal scholar. Okay, so y'all remember in June when that ruling dropped from SCOTUS that said that Trump mainly used it for birthright citizenship. But it basically said that a lower court could not issue a blanket injunction. Like, they could issue an injunction on a specific case, but they couldn't issue a blanket injunction to him to keep him from, the evils. Well, it turns out that the opinion written on that gave Orangina the go-ahead, that was actually written by Barrett. She relied on an incorrectly cited statute to justify said ruling.
Oops.
Goldsmith goes on to say, for starters, Justice Barrett's opinion in the universal injunction case rests on an error. For the purpose of historical analysis, she looked at the wrong statute and got the relevant date wrong by nearly a century.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, if you actually go into it, it was wild. So, what the ruling says, the court stated in Section 11 of the Judiciary Act of 1789, it endowed federal courts with jurisdiction over all suits in equity, and still today is, quote, what authorizes the federal courts to issue equitable remedies. However, the court didn't look at the text or context of Section 11 when making said ruling. Courts claim that equitable... Go ahead.
Can I just throw... I'm sorry to interrupt you, but can I just throw here in the middle? She's not sitting in an office somewhere by herself.
No, she has people.
She has a whole bunch of people who, being a clerk for a Supreme Court justice...
Makes a career. Yeah.
Makes a career. It is a massive feather in your cap, and she has all kinds of legal minds, smart as a whip people around her. So how the heck? But please continue.
Oh, no. So basically, yeah. Section 11 cannot have authorized. This goes into a lot of legal jargon that makes my brain twitch. So I'm not going to go too far into this, but she quoted the wrong statute of the wrong case. The case that she was stating, the statute was from 1875, not the 1789 Act. So yeah. So the question in all this was, will anything come of this? Because a lot of people, because this guy is so respected, a lot of people are paying attention. Like, this is really breaking. I've seen it in a couple of different news outlets like Raw Story, Daily Beast, whatnot. So this is gaining traction.
And she's not the only one.
Well, no, because they had to sign. She wrote the opinion, but everybody else who read the opinion and signed off on it had to go, oh, yeah, that sounds right. None of their clerks looked at it either. What's that cartoon that just walked around going, you idiot? Ren and Stimpy. Yes.
Ren and Stimpy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You idiot. Yeah. Is it stinky like I like it?
Yeah, Lewis. Yes.
Exactly.
The lawn. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hui. Yeah. Somebody's gonna bring a case. It's right there. This is a card for the reading, but it is right there. This King of Cups, which would be bringing a case against this. Yeah, your communication will be overturned. King of Swords, judges involved. And then it going to the Supreme Court. Knight of Wands. And then the right and Dumpy and all of them fighting against it. Because they that whole thing, what does it it said
it said that a lower court couldn't just give a blanket injunction. Like, somebody can't say, Trump, you can't absolutely not do this to anybody. Forcing the courts to judge on each case individually, which clogs up the court system, which takes time, which allows them to do more shenaniganery. So, yeah. Whoopsie. Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
So, whoever was bringing this case originally can be like, excuse you.
Squeeze me. Coming through. Pardon me.
Oh, okay. There's Dumpy.
Oh, okay.
Shaky ground, feeling beaten up because, of course, he's the biggest victim.
My heart bleeds peanut butter.
No president's been treated worse than I have. Go away, JFK. I don't want to hear it, Lincoln. No president's been treated worse than Trump. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hang on. I just.
Oh, are we gonna? With tears in the eyes.
Sir. So bring something else, and yeah, it's not going to go so well. So they don't have the legitimate, I mean, they may come up with some other argument, but in the meantime, I've got the rest of us being pretty happy. So, yeah. And wow. A Supreme Court justice, the Supreme Court justices, and all of those clerks.
So, if you've ever messed up on paperwork at work and thought that this was just the worst thing that could ever happen, you are not alone. Amy Coney Barrett is there with you, along with every other Supreme Court justice. Let that be a PSA. Take that to your boss.
Who was a part of this?
At you, right?
Yeah, who was a part of this?
Yes.
And that is the thing. The dissenters, I guess they didn't look too closely either.
I mean, I'm assuming as soon as they were outvoted, they were just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Or maybe they figured they'd just let them make a fool out of themselves. I don't know.
Interesting. All right, I need to pull a clarifier on that.
Okay.
Oh, and we love Sarah.
Oh, I love you. And
Tammy
Veronica,
says,
thank you. Unlike normal, this is actually my hair. This is not the best you can get on Amazon for $15. So thanks. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, it doesn't apologize for. Tammy suggesting, let's all send diapers and a binky to the White House. Nobody picked up on this, really? Really? The most august
body, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, Mercury retrograde, anybody? Mercury retrograde in Leo. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. I don't even think they could use that excuse, though, because this was back in June.
No. I'm saying it coming out now.
Oh, coming out now. Yes.
Because that's what retrograde planets do. They're double checking.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's like they're about to walk out the door and they stop and go, oh, wait, let me take a couple of steps back. Did I have water for the cats? Did I grab all that paperwork? Did I make sure? Okay, now I can move forward. Oh, fruits of labor. Yeah, this is boomeranging. This is boomeranging badly. Oh, and of course, throw the woman under the bus.
I mean, in her defense, she did write it.
Oh,
yeah. No.
Oh, no,
I know.
I understand that. I'm just saying, of course.
But yeah, they're going to put her. It's not going to be that they didn't double check it. It's all going to be her fault. Yeah.
Yeah, and all those clerks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
Because as Marjorie Trader Green said, the GOP is misogynistic.
They don't care about women. They don't take care of women. They just do us dirty, y'all.
I'm shocked. Mm-hmm. Shocked, I tell you.
Yes.
Lady,
grab your pearls. Okay. All right. So here's a little bit of yuck. Go ahead.
Before we get into that, wasn't there a short that I sent to you about you can make anything in the South sound better if you do the upper class Southern?
Yes. So I do declare. Yeah.
I do declare that women are not being appreciated for their agency. Just figured that out, Marge, huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. At 18 minutes in. So a worker at Alligator Alcatraz is blowing the whistle on, quote, inhumane conditions at the notorious immigrant detention facility in South Florida. They worked there for less than a month and was like, I can't take this anymore. This is horrific. Senator Jon Ossoff announced that they, quote, identified 510 credible reports of human rights abuse against immigration detainees. Yeah. So will anything change? I mean, we're going to get to the point to where like the UN is going to get involved. You know?
Oh, I think there's already talk about that.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe that would be a separate question.
Flippin' Amnesty International is about to get involved. They're assuming they're still around. I haven't heard anything about them for a while. Card for the reading, yeah. Speaking out, trying to do something. But this is a message, and the base loves it.
Of course it is.
There might be some temperance there. There might become enough outside pressure. But 8 of Cups, this is walking away, and there's the Emperor, who is cruelty incarnate. I do have some temperance in the middle, but it's going to take some serious effort. I was thinking about this last night, actually, in a related thought. And I know this is naive as heck. I know that. I'm not saying this is, trust me, all right? I'm not, I'm old enough to understand the practicality or impracticality of this. Mm-hmm. But it just dawned on me that, you know how Thunberg and some of the others they tried to get into Gaza to deliver food? Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering if huge chunks of protesters all over just descended on Gaza.
Well, we see it. Let's look at that.
Because I know the Israeli army would stop and but there reaches a sheer amount of people involved that they wouldn't be able to. And with Pluto and Aquarius and all this Aquarian energy and entering the age of Aquarius, wouldn't that kind of world community action be the new way to do things like this? I don't know. I know. It's naive of me, but
let's look at it.
Hang on. Visualized Study says the cat at the top left of the graphics looks familiar. Does it? I don't know it from anything. I have not plagiarized. Huh. Okay. Oh,
Gloria, thank you. Go ahead.
DJT the stock is at $16.17. Okay, sorry. You were saying.
No, Gloria, thanks for bringing that to our attention. That's a little too fresh to read on, but we'll see how it all unfolds news-wise. So will we see a large-scale
intervention
of protesters at Gaza?
I know it's pie in the sky, but well, there's temperance. It ends in temperance. This is walking away, ignoring what's happening there. Just horrific. There's hope. They are in dire straits, and Israel could only do so much. They're not gonna nuke people trying to get into Gaza. Thousands upon thousands of unarmed people, you know? Mm-hmm. And you can't arrest everybody. I do have a temperance card there. There is going to be intervention, but it needs to be more, and it needs to be bigger, and it needs to be faster. And as far as my question of, could that be a thing? You know, I don't normally feel like I'm getting a message from my guides, like specifically like, oh yeah, okay. But this is, yeah, and that's what they should be doing. But, yeah. And this should happen anywhere where there's famine. This should happen anywhere where there's horrific, you name it. Yeah. Chunks of the world should descend on that place to make it better, to relieve the suffering. We are in this together. So, but I'm at least I'm seeing a temperance card. It's taking too long.
Yeah. Every time somebody shows up with food, there's groups of thugs who do what they can to steal or destroy all of it. So yeah.
And the one member of, I think it was Thunberg's group, the one member who wasn't let go and who was beaten up, it was the one black guy.
Of course it was.
And this is not an anti-Israeli, this is nothing against Jewish people.
No.
People are individuals.
Right.
There are good individuals, there are bad individuals. And bad individuals getting together gives you, I don't know, a Trump administration. but good people getting together can bring you civil rights.
Yeah.
Just saying. Okay.
All right. So at 2510, now this is something that's been looked at from a couple different angles the last couple of days, but the everything going on with the Democrats who have fled to Illinois from Texas has escalated to the point to where there have been bomb threats to where they're staying in Illinois, that the Illinois governor has had to be like, oh no, we're taking this seriously and we're going to take care of them, to Abbott and Trump pushing for the FBI to step in and arrest them.
Okay. So now we've got the FBI involved.
Yeah, now we've got the FBI involved because Abbott can issue a warrant, but that's useless outside of state lines. That particular type of warrant that he can issue. So they're trying to get the FBI involved, and so it's more than likely going to end up going to SCOTUS if it comes to that.
Well, what did the Texas Supreme Court say? Because wouldn't it start there? You'd think.
You would think.
But now cruel King Abbott and vicious Paxton, waste of oxygen Paxton, one of my top 5 least favorite people on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about that guy. There's something especially dark.
Yeah.
I know he's only the AG in Texas, but he's got some serious darkness. Anyway, that guy makes my skin crawl. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, okay, the group of far right going crying to the federal government. Oh, I'm sorry, Cruel King Abbott and Paxton. I'm sorry, you can't handle your state. You can't handle your government. You have to go crying to mommy. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Big, strong men.
Yeah, I can see the flawed thought process. Usually if things go over state line, the FBI gets involved. But
well, I mean, the extent at which people like Bondi and Patel and all of these people are already licking the boots.
Mm-hmm.
They might. Okay, first of all, there's nothing here. There's no,
right.
And they can do what they want. They don't have to stay there. They don't have to be there. They don't. Nope. You can fine them. They're fining them like $500 a day, and you can't use campaign funds. But who was it yesterday? Thank you so much. Was it Deb? I can't remember. I'm so sorry. There's a GoFundMe.
I'm sure quite
a campaign.
A few people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a campaign contribution because it's for the whole group of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're here, but here's a burden and sleepless nights legally. This burden makes me wonder if the lackeys, the bootlickers, are going to try to do something to make these Democrats' lives a little harder. Before a court reins them in somewhere. Debsy says, yes, a GoFundMe. Thank you.
And the thing that absolutely kills me about this is how many Republicans, conservatives, I see so mad about this. They should do their jobs. Okay. They are doing their jobs and keeping redistricting that is outside of normal term from taking place. If this had been Dems doing this,
yeah, and even
brimstone,
yeah, and even the bill that Newsom is bringing forward in California, it doesn't redistrict. It only redistricts if Texas redistricts. It only gets triggered if there's unfair gerrymandering over there. Other than that,
Thank you, Dan.
Well, Democrats are holding together and they have a lot of support. And there's quietness here. So Republicans trying to plan, saying what they're going to do, trying to obfuscate. And this is occult knowledge. This is hidden knowledge. Page of Pentacles, but they're in a weak position. So they may try some bizarre workaround in Texas. The Republicans might, but I'm just getting a very stumbling walk. Just feels like I'm walking along, but they keep like the ground's a little uneven and they're not falling on their face, but it's just
Right.
Everything they're trying to do that's what I'm getting. So I think that's going to continue.
Well, that is, yeah.
Sharon Rice says, I got the email this morning that the GoFundMe is not for campaigns. It's only for fines and legal fees.
Good. That means it's legal for them to use.
And Grace says, denying a quorum has been a Texas political strategy since 1870. It is allowed for in the Texas Constitution. Mic drop. Mic drop.
Mm-hmm.
Mic drop.
Mm-hmm. Amy, that was very sweet of you. Amy sent them some money. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, somewhat in the same vicinity, energy-wise. Things like this make strange bedfellows. And considering how Grumpy doesn't like to be around disabled vets, Acadian Proud wants to know, what does he really think about Cruel King Abbott?
Oh. It is hard to overstate how cold someone with narcissistic personality disorder is. You and I, we cannot wrap our heads around it. We can intellectually talk about it, but actually getting into that mindset where everyone else is a pawn. It isn't even like a chessboard. There is no other king. And it's only you, the king, and the pawns. And that's it. And like a pharaoh walking around like a medieval king, but like if maybe a pharaoh, like what is the most divine righted king in history can walk around doing absolutely anything they want. That is his mindset. And then people speak out against him?
How very, Louis the 14th of him? Very Sun King of him? Yes.
Yeah.
He is the chosen one.
And he said that.
Yes.
While pointing at the sky, motioning to the sky.
Mm-hmm.
I am the chosen one. That's a direct quote. You can go find the video.
Yeah.
God. Gross to be around, but as long as he's doing his job to go against the Dems, service purpose is, and he's not physically around much.
Mm-hmm.
He's not physically around Abbott very much.
Well, this is true. Yeah.
And they don't actually show him in his wheelchair. They don't show the wheelchair as often as you might think.
Right.
Like if you go like Governor Abbott of Texas and you go look at images, because he's not, it's very this, because it is for most politicians.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they're ignoring it or anything. It's just you see almost all politicians, this part of them, in all the pictures.
Right.
So yeah, Zoom calls. Yeah, and he doesn't have to. And as long as he's giving victory to Dumpy, and he's showing fealty, he's doing what he should do. But yeah, he's grossed out by it. Personally, I don't. The wheelchair doesn't mean anything to me. His character and lack thereof is what's disgusting to me. His cruelty, his vileness.
That is correct. Tuxedo Cat. Everyone knows Harry Potter is the chosen one. Yes. Goodness, we are coming. Sorry, sidebar. I saw something the other day that just made me kind of stop. We are swiftly coming to an era where all of the merch is going to have new actors. You're not going to see anything in store with the old actors with the new TV show, which is going to be weird. Very weird.
And where is the new show going to be hosted? Do you know?
HBO.
HBO.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be able to see it. So
I'm not giving her my money anyway. So
there's that.
Rowling. But no, I don't begrudge anybody else watching it. By all means, and I'll read synopsis of other people who watch it, but I can't.
But you will forever be Slytherin.
Yeah, a little bit. Green hair.
And and I will pretty much forever be Ravenclaw. That's just how we are.
Yes. Who owns HBO? I think HBO owns HBO. I don't know. HBO Max. They've been changing names. Like they were Max and HBO. It was HBO Max, now back to HBO. So
yeah, Cinemax is what they took over back in the day. Colbert actually had a joke about that the other night.
Oh, did he?
So, yeah, about the name flip-flopping. But for those youngins who don't remember the old days, Cinemax was up.
Oh, you froze. Looks like you froze in the middle of a good joke too.
Sorry, my old bones in the internet just gave out for a moment. But back in the day, there was Cinemax, there was HBO on this newfangled thing called cable. And they were competitors. Cinemax was sometimes called Skinemax because it showed the more R-rated movies.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to turn on Cinemax after dark. Yeah. That was a no-no.
Yeah. So eventually HBO bought Cinemax and became HBO Max. And that is the history of it before it is lost in the annals of time. Okay. Yes. Lewis. Goodness. Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Just to clarify, guys, my thing wasn't against HBO. It was giving Rowling my money. So, yeah. That was hysterical.
Oh, thank you, Acadian Proud.
Oh, I remember it's the 80th anniversary. Oh goodness.
Oh. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Well, we are moving on at 38:35. Julia had a question. Okay. This is a good one. Susie Wiles, Vance, Bondi, Kash Patel, and Blanche, Todd Blanche, are meeting to discuss the Epstein response. We've got this big meeting, closed door meeting planned. Could this big meeting that is supposed to be on paper Epstein related actually be partially, I'm sure they'll discuss Epstein at some point. Is this partially a cover to discuss 25th Amendment proceedings?
I'm going to tell you right up front, even before I pull cards, unless the cards say something different, no. For two reasons. One, 25th Amendment is the vice president and the people in the cabinet. So while you might want to get Pam Bondi or Kash Patel or all these other people involved, they're not. Vance is, other than that, none of these people.
Wiles.
She's
Chief of
just
staff.
the chief of
Was that
staff. No.
Okay, wouldn't
Nope.
count. Okay.
Vice president and secretaries. That's it. Also, he is the head of a cult of personality. As long as he's able to stand upright, even if he's wandering around on a roof. Yeah, there have been shorts being made on social media about secret services going through. Okay, yeah, it's always something new around here. He's where?
Where in the world is?
He's on the roof, sir.
Trumpy San Diego.
Yeah, could you not? Could you not? Could you not? He's near the edge, sir. Plus, stuff. Yeah, no. Anyway, what I've got here is the most pathetic, disgusting, weak stuff possible. Now, the card for the reading is the Sword of Truth, which is what we need. But having the Sword of Truth and Donald Trump anywhere near each other, it just doesn't compute. Oil and water. If the truth is water, I promise you Donald Trump is hydrophobic. I promise. Okay, so what these genii are doing, adding insult to injury to protect what Dumpster Fire did when he was younger, when he thought he was 100, well, he still thinks he's 100 feet tall with his blonde hair blowing in the wind.
Especially when he stayed on the roof.
Yeah, really. These are the actual victims. So whatever these brain donors are trying to pull, I have very, very dark words for them. And what happens? Just Trump's bludgeon and communicating his stupidity. And you know what? You notice anything about these cards? They are all minor arcana. Nice try. Yeah. Nice try, you scumbags. And how about, I don't know, this will sound crazy, but let's think about the victims.
Yeah.
And if you have something against Democrats, then press charges.
Yeah.
Because once that starts, yeah, press charges
Discovery,
against all
baby.
of them. Yeah. If Dumpster Fire is the king of the bog of eternal stench, if he's innocent, it'll prove it.
Speaking of charges, there was some, and I didn't get this in the questions earlier, but I want to talk about it now. There's some Schadenfreude.
Yes.
Okay, so there you go, Dave. Absolutely. So I want to preface this by saying that we here do not advocate violence of any kind.
No.
We do not advocate for violence at all. Ixnay on the islands bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Self-defense. That is the
yes.
only excuse for violence.
Yes. So, but some of the former Doge staffers are having a hard time. Do you remember the 19-year-old Edward Big Balls Corstein, who was, one of the head Doge bros?
Yeah.
He was they're saying it was a carjacking assault. I don't know. It looked like he went about 30 rounds with, yeah, he got a little toe up from the flow up physically recently. And so they're trying to, of course, the right is like, well, I mean, this is related to, they're just mad. And I'm like, well, maybe it karma.
You come and go. You come
Yeah.
and go.
So, but Trump himself posted this poor kid beat up on Truth Social.
Okay, first of all, how embarrassing,
right?
That for men like that. But are any charges being pressed?
Well, Trump is using this from the point of view of this just proves how bad DC crime is, and we have to take federal control over it, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, because Judge Boxwine's going to fix everything.
Right. I'm
are
not
there any
seeing where arrests
charges
have been made.
yet? So there aren't any charges being pressed.
Not yet. But they're using this. One, I guess we can look at this in two ways. One, they're using this to really push federalizing DC. Voldemort.
Mm-hmm. Voldemort. Voldemoron. Voldemort. That is
right.
Awesome.
So, yeah, so I wonder, one, are they going to successfully be able to use this to finally push for the federalization of DC? Because, opportunist, one and all.
Would he talk about it? Guaranteed. Is it actually a feasible thing? Six of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Six of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. What do these cards have in common? They're itsy bitsy.
Itsy bitsy. That's itsy weetsy.
Yes, they're itsy bitsy compared to the major arcana. This is a bunch of blather. President Blunderdum. Oh, he'll talk about it. But something tells me this would take actual work. Just saying.
The second question I had on that is, are we... Karma does come for us all, good or bad, happy or sad, whatever. So my brain is working in song lyrics this morning. Y'all forgive me.
That's fine.
So, are we going to start seeing more of these Doge bros and other folks who have upended the lives and ruined the lives of millions of people worldwide through U.S. aid and everything else? Are receipts going to start coming due?
People are tired of these thieves getting away with everything. And we are stronger together against a fool and his legacy. So this is coming back. This isn't the Doge Bros. This is coming back on Trump, his legacy. His name is all over this. But we will get through this. Look, I'm not saying this is what should happen. I'm not going to say one way or the other what I agree with or don't agree with, but I want to share with you, and I'll find the link. I'll try to put it in the comments. There is anyway, there's a song that someone wrote, a little group, four people group who wrote a little song. And the upshot of the first verse is Luigi in Manhattan with a ghost of a pew-pew. Potentially, allegedly, he's not been convicted. But the people of Manhattan saw an unrepentant sociopathic killer lying dead on the ground.
Oof. The oofiest. Mic drop. Yeah. Tell you what, I would feel safer in a room with Luigi than I would, not even with Trump, but Ken Paxton as well. Put me in the room with Luigi all day.
Yep. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
The man is on trial for cold-blooded murder.
Mm-hmm.
On trial. He's saying not guilty. Okay, but I'm just saying that's what he's on trial for. And yeah, I would rather be in a room with him alone than with the current president of these United States.
Yep.
That's where we are.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah. We have one last question for today.
Yes.
51 even. Claude says that Canadian ministers, Champagne and Anand, Champagne is over finance and Anand is over foreign affairs, traveling to Mexico for 2 days of talks with Mexican President Sheinbaum, aiming to strengthen economic ties without the U.S. in response to the ongoing trade deadlock with Washington. Does this mean that Mexico and Canada could team up without the U.S. at all? Is that what
we are increasingly isolated?
Mm-hmm.
And might I just tell you that the random people who work in finance and who love being completely unemotional about this whole thing. I just look at the numbers. I don't talk politics. Now they're like, I have to talk politics. I don't want to talk politics. Fine, I'll talk politics. And they're laying all of the economic troubles at the foot of Donald Trump. And these are not liberals. These are day traders. These are people, institutional traders. Oh, Claude, thank you. Gifting 10 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Grace says the housing market is about to crash. Oof. Any idea why exactly? Like, what's the trigger? I mean, we've heard various things, but I'm wondering what you're thinking, please. Everybody's okay. This is Trump's legacy again. And yeah, they're tired of this thief. They have resources of their own. There's strength to be had with trading with other people in the world. We are in a bad situation. Grace says more buyers than sellers. Okay.
I thought it would be more sellers than buyers, but I could be totally wrong. Oh, goodness. All right. Well,
card for us.
Let's do it. 5340.
Mark says tariffs will raise the cost of building new homes by $14,000. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the real estate market in Florida is cratering. But
yeah.
Card for us, or cards for us. I'm getting hold on. Just hold on. It's hard. It's painful to watch other people hurting. But let me put it this way. I don't have my rack handy. All right, this is the first card, Thief. Here's the center card, this far right victory. Here's the last. Okay, I won't give you the last card, but this first card is followed by the world, strength of women, strength of the fact that the course of history does bend toward justice. So then we have this victory, and it's up against these are the thief here, and this victory card are up against women in major arcana, world, strength. And the last card, Hanged Man. Things being turned upside down. So keep the faith. Do what you can. But please remember, we are stronger than them. I guarantee you are stronger than Trump. Guarantee. Just and banks won't even loan money to him anymore. Yeah. That was yesterday's thing, so we looked at that. Anyway, or I looked at that. So, no, seriously, hang in there. And thank you, Miss Sarah, for coming on today. It's always wonderful having you on.
Thank you for having me.
It's the most wonderful day of the week.
It's the most wonderful day of the week for me because I get to hang out with all of you. So
here we go.
Twofold.
All right. Well, that will do it for us for today. But guess what? At 3:00, we'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. At least Miss Sarah will be starting if I'm not there. And I'll be along shortly. And then tomorrow at noon Central Time, guess where I'll be? Same place I always am, Pinky. Right here.
Yes.
Every day of the year. Every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday. The community is here, and thank you for being a part of it. So you've always got somewhere to go. All right? So hang in there. You're not alone. We are in this together. And believe it or not, there are good days ahead.
Yes.
All right? Hang in there and be well. Yeah, see you at Creative Sprints. Links in the description. All right. Take care. Yes, same cat time, same cat channel.